It's the Andy Griffith Show, Facts and Trivia, with your host, Bob Snap.
Hi guys, welcome to the Andy Griffith Show. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Today's video is on 10 times that the Andy Griffith Show slightly changed the names of memorable Mayberry characters. And we'll start with Floyd Lawson. Perhaps the most famous character whose name noticeably changes is Floyd the Barber. Most folks remember Howard McNear as Floyd Lawson, the last name given the character once McNear took over the character after Walter Baldwin portrayed him as simply Floyd the Barber. But in McNear's very first appearance in Mayberry Goes Hollywood, he's randomly called Floyd Colby. After that, he is called Floyd Lawson every time. Dean, Doug, and Mitch Darling. The Dillards famously portrayed the Darlings on the Andy Griffith Show, and for the most part, the band members used their own first names as their character names. Rodney Dillard was Rodney Darling, Doug was Doug Darling, Dean was Dean Darling, and Mitch was Mitch Darling. But in the band's first appearance in The Darlings Are Coming, Doug was called Jebin Darling, and Dean was called Other Darling, while Mitch was called Brother Darling, and Mitch Brother before he became known as Mitch Darling. Excuse me. Clara Edwards, a gossip and one of Aunt Bee's besties. Clara Edwards is actually first introduced as Bertha Edwards in Andy and Opie's housekeeper. Then in Barney's replacement, she became Clara Johnson, which stuck for a while until the church organ episode, and that's when she became Clara Edwards, the name she'd take for the rest of the series. Bobby Fleet. Bobby Fleet and his band with the beat was a great ring to it, which is probably why the character was featured in 3 episodes. However, in addition to changing the actor playing Bobby Fleet from Henry Slate, the guitar player, to Herb Ellis in The Guitar Player Returns, to Joseph Sorolla in the Mayberry Band, they also called the character Freddie Fleet on his last appearance. Freddie Fleet and his band with the beat. What do you think? Which sounds better? Johnny Paul Jason. Everybody loved seeing Richard Keith, who played Little Ricky on I Love Lucy, appear in Mayberry as one of Opie's best friends, Johnny Paul Jason. But few probably remember that the first time Keith appeared in the episode One Punch Opie, he was called Carter French when Andy lectured the boys. The rest of the time on the show, though, he went by JPJ. Howie Pruitt. Another one of Opie's pals was Howie Pruitt, good kid who only occasionally gave Helen Krupp a hard time. Across all Howie's appearances, he's known as Howie Pruitt, son of Mrs. Pruitt, except for his second to last guest spot. For Barney Fife Realtor, Howie's dad is identified as Mr. Williams, making him Howie Williams, not Pruitt, for just one episode. Sharon Porter, or is it Sharon McCall? Apart from Opie's crush on Helen, the boys' love for a girl named Sharon Porter is one of the boys' biggest romances. She shows up in 4 episodes, but in the first 2, Opie loves Helen and The Education of Ernest T. Bass. She's called Sharon McCall. Later in Opie's Job and Look Paul, I'm Dancing, the same girl is called Sharon Porter. Emma Brand. Emma Brand has a reputation in Mayberry as a busybody and hypochondriac. Barney Fife would tell you her biggest offenses are jaywalking. Although the character is billed as Emma Brand in every appearance but one, Barney keeps a file on Emma's pedestrian foul play called the Emma Watson case. And in the actor's final appearance in The Manicurist, she is called Emma Watson, not Brand. ASA Bini. Mayberry's got a jack of all trades in ASA Bini, who pops up in several odd jobs through the series run. Portrayed by Charles Thompson, the character is called Asa Brini in 4 or 5 episodes. But in his second to last appearance as the character, the same actor would later appear as Doc Roberts. He was called by a different last name. And Barney's physical, Thompson is credited as Asa Bascom. And the Reverend, heading Mayberry's church, is the Reverend, known as Reverend Hobart M. Tucker. In the first 3 episodes he's in, then randomly the Reverend's name switched in Opie's newspaper and the church organ to Reverend Martin. The writers must have thrown in the towel at that point because for his final appearance, In the church benefactors, the character is simply referred to as Reverend. And I bet you thought I was going to forget this one. Remember when Goober Powell was Goober Beasley? One episode. There you go. I didn't forget. Is there any I did forget, though? Let me know in the comments below. I appreciate it. I do. That's all I have for you. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Please don't forget about classic TV facts and trivia. It is on MASH. And McLean Stevenson, who played Henry Blake. This is a pretty funny one, actually, so you might want to definitely see this. And classic rock and country music facts and trivia on Aerosmith and Run DMC. That's kind of a weird one, too. You might want to see that, too. Anyway, subscribe if you go over there. Please subscribe here if you have not yet. Please like this video if you have not yet. That's all I got for you. You guys have a great day. God bless. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll be praying for you.